Dear God, has it been a while since the last Nintendo Direct. Heck, even just a while since we've gotten any Nintendo news. The last we heard from them was that the Switch 2 was coming out, and since then there's been absolutely nothing. But here we are 2 months later, and not only are we getting ready for that Switch 2 Direct, but they just decided to drop this Switch 1 Direct randomly 1 week before it? Why didn't they do something like this in February, or at least earlier this month, not 1 week before the big day? Well, whatever the case, we're here anyways, so let's just see what they have in store for what will probably be the final Switch 1 Direct. Who knows, this might even be just as exciting as that Switch 2 Direct. Something tells me it won't be. Didn't we just have this game at the last Direct? And hasn't it, like, come out already? Oh, never mind, it's 1 and 2. But doesn't that equal 3? Oh hey, what's up, Shinya Takahashi?
We'll also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd.
Oh wow, really? Well, that was kind of an odd start to the Direct. Not exactly the most exciting announcement considering it's something we already knew about. But who knows, maybe they've got more up their sleeve.
Escape from dire straits.
Lethal Company? Wow, Lethal Company must have had a massive art style change, huh? I'm afraid we can't support this game, guys. I mean, they say right here it's made from AI. Game companies are really starting to get lazy nowadays.
Unleash the supernatural.
Wolverine? You know, this Direct was really missing a classic RPG remake. We haven't had enough of those lately. Wait, they got Jack Frost in this game? Never mind, this game is goated. Kind of an odd choice to willingly call your own game soulless, but I won't stop you. Oh, this is exactly what I've wanted as a Pac-Man fan my entire life. A Metroidvania that looks like this. What do you mean you wanted Pac-Man World 2 Repack? This is clearly the better game. Honestly though, I do think this concept is kinda cool. I like when game companies start to experiment with their franchises instead of just doing the same thing over and over. I just wish there were a little more Pac-Man elements in here. Hashtag consume darkness.
The rhythmic march begins.
Wait. What the hell? Remakes of a PlayStation exclusive franchise announced to be coming to the Nintendo Switch? I mean, it must have taken ages for them to upgrade the graphics to these games. Do you know the possibilities this opens up now that we have Sony exclusive games on Nintendo consoles? I mean, this is the first time anything like this has happened. Lego Horizon doesn't count. All I'm saying is that Parappa actually has a chance to come back, so you better be excited about that. Oh, just what this Direct needed, a cozy game! Yeah, it's bizarre you keep making these. Okay, who put Moo Moo Meadows in My Harvest Moon? This Direct feels like Sonic in 3D the way it's off to a rocky start. I really hope they've got something interesting coming up soon. Oh my god, it's Shrek Swamp. It's about time we got more information on Metroid Prime 4. We should just be glad that they're not announcing another complete restart here. This game does look pretty good, but you can definitely tell that this is running on Switch 1 quality hardware. Looks like the gimmick for this game is that Samus has psychic abilities, allowing her to manipulate things around her, kinda like what Link does in Tears of the Kingdom. She didn't need psychic abilities for that to work on me though. Wait, what? You're telling me that even after this trailer, you still don't have a release date for this game? That just makes me worried that they're gonna delay it even more. And I don't think Arlo can take something like that. Wait a second, a Tamagotchi game? Nintendo, you idiots, we said Tamagotchi, not Tamagotchi. They literally made a minigame one of those weird-ass dentist flash games with the unnecessarily realistic teeth. Why would I ever want to play something like that? Shout out to this guy though. Didn't we just see this game at the Pokemon Presents? Are you already needing to pad for time that badly? And you don't even have a release date for it either. Alright man. We're more than halfway through this thing and there still hasn't been a new game to be excited about. Hell, even just a new game announced in general. How much longer is it gonna take before we see something actually interesting?
Hello there.
Well, this would be interesting, but unfortunately, they're using AI for the voices here. Sorry if this is how you found out. Yeah, you're right. This is how I currently look like watching this Direct. Okay, so you're telling me they actually didn't give up on this franchise entirely? I thought these guys were just gonna make WarioWare games for the rest of time. What do you mean Rhythm Heaven is back? I'm not sure if this is my type of game yet, but plenty of people have been begging for this series to return for years. So honestly, I'm just happy they're not starving anymore. Although I guess they will be starving for for at least another year, so maybe it's not all good news. So this next part is weird. Suddenly they halt the brakes for this direct and start talking about this new, unique way to share digital games that they call virtual game cards. It's basically just game sharing, but in a convoluted Nintendo fashion. What more could you expect from them at this point? Although this isn't really a feature I see many people clamoring for them to add, so it is kinda cool that they decided to do something like this anyways. Again, it is a Nintendo move to only allow you to play these for 2 weeks, but then again, if you somehow can't complete a Nintendo game in 2 weeks time, then that's kinda on you at that point. Oh, Mario Baseball! Oh wait, that's golf. But we already had a Mario Golf game on the Switch. What do you mean they're making another one already? Damn, Luigi really looks different in this game. Oh, false alarm guys, this is actually my other favorite gaming franchise, Everybody's Golf. Cause why have one person's golf when you can have everybody's? These graphics legit don't look that much different than the actual Mario Golf on Switch, and I think that's kinda funny. Man, we're at the end of the direct already? I mean, it has felt kinda long, but like, there's been hardly any actual game announcements here. What do you mean the last year of a console's generation doesn't have much content in it? Ah well, at least we have one final announcement to close off this direct. It better be something cool like Kirby, or even that PvZ remake we've heard rumblings of. I swear to God, that thing better be real. Man, this new Deltarune chapter's really going in a unique direction. Look at that, Unk still got it. I can't lie, I honestly was not expecting to see this today, but it actually makes a lot of sense. They know how many people have wanted this series to come back, especially after seeing the insanely good character creator that the Miitopia remake had, so they knew they needed to go all out by giving us a completely unique experience for the Switch. And this series isn't exactly one of those that needs the Switch 2 treatment, so it makes sense that they show it off in this Switch 1 Direct. They're trying out a new cel-shaded art style here, and I think it looks pretty neat. Plus, it's good to know that the wacky humor this series has seems to be back in full force. Again, I'm just happy that the Tomodachi fans don't have to be begging and starving anymore. And in this case, I'm also one of those as well, so this is great news for me too. Although I guess we will still be starving for at least another year, so maybe it's not all good news. And that was the Nintendo Direct. Sure, it might not have been the most exciting showcase ever, but what did you expect for the final Switch 1 presentation? What the hell are you doing here? They only pull out Miyamoto when something big's about to happen. Are we finally gonna get our first look at the Mario movie 2? And Aquafina as Daisy? Oh, never mind. It's just a smartphone app for getting Nintendo news. You had to pull out the man himself for this? They'll do anything to get people to stop using Twitter. Honestly, it might be based. This just feels like an app made for people who only play Nintendo games. I already have it downloaded. At least they've got some pretty cool animations made for this. It seems like they've put a lot more work into this app than you'd first expect. Anyways, now that was the Nintendo Direct. Right? It's over now, right? This definitely wasn't a direct for everyone. I mean, it wasn't a direct for me as there were no Mario games. And as you know, I only play Mario games. Jokes aside though, I feel like this was the best you could have expected for something like this. I mean, this is a Switch 1 focused presentation just less than a week before a big Switch 2 presentation. Did you really think there were gonna be things that exciting here? Honestly, it's a miracle they were able to please so many fans with this one. I mean, just Rhythm Heaven and Tomodachi Life coming back alone pleased so many people, and learning that Metroid Prime 4 is still a game that exists is always a good thing. The third parties might have been a little lacking here. Hell, it was mostly just Bandai Namco games for some reason, but even then, there were still a few fun surprises thrown in there. All we can do now is wait for that Switch 2 Direct to see what Nintendo's really cooking up this year, and given it's just a week away, you can expect another video like this one real soon. See you next time, gamers.